Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Unmask Yourself video. Today's video is for those of you out there whose declining sex life is putting a strain on your relationship. I want to help you see what you could be unknowingly doing to create this situation or make it even worse. Some people like to downplay the role that sex or physical intimacy has in a relationship, with things like it shouldn't be a big factor and there's more to a relationship than just sex. And I'm not here to disagree. There is more to a relationship than just sex. But every couple has a different standard of what they see as being a normal amount of physical intimacy. Regardless of what your standard of normal is, a reduction in physical intimacy is a common cause of tension in a lot of relationships, and not something you can just ignore or dismiss with a simple comment if the health of your relationship is something that's actually important to you. The quantity and even the quality of your sex life can increase or decrease over time as a result of a number of different factors. The focus of today's video isn't to weigh in on all of these factors. I'm simply here to help you see where a decrease might be happening as a result of your own actions or change in behaviour. Because things don't just change. There's always a reason, and I want to help you eliminate yourself as being the main one. Things that can contribute to a decline in intimacy are things like work demands, kids, infidelity, high stress levels, and a lack of communication, just to name a few. But as I mentioned before, I don't want you to focus on the things that are different. Instead, I want you to focus on how you might be different as a result of these things. And to do that, I want you to think about a time in your relationship where the physical intimacy was at its best. Now, while you're there, I want you to ask yourself 3 things. 1, when you looked at your partner, how did you look at them and how did they make you feel? 2, when you touched them, how did you touch them? What did you feel? And how did you want them to feel from your touch? And 3, when you spoke to them, what would you say? What tone would you say it in? And how did you want those words to make them feel? Now, I want you to hold on to those things, but I need you to come back to the present and go over how these things might be different now. Do you look at them the same? And do you see the same things that you saw then? Do you touch them the same? And do you want them to feel the same things that you wanted them to feel then? And do you speak to them the same and make them feel the same way that they felt back then? These things might seem small to you, but I guarantee you that subtle changes in these 3 simple things can have a massive effect on your sex life and the connection that you have with your partner. That's because deep physical intimacy comes from a strong sense of emotional intimacy, which needs to include trust, safety, comfort, and closeness. Without that connection, people can see sex as more of a burden or a chore instead of something that's enjoyable. For men, a lack of this connection can result in performance anxiety, which can lead to an inability to become aroused and perform at all, which can cause more tension and might begin to put some men off wanting to have sex at all. Whereas for women, their limitations tend to come in the form of a forced climax or an inability to climax at all, given that a woman's body reduces alertness and its ability to effectively respond physically after reaching climax. From an evolutionary standpoint, this puts women in a very vulnerable state, one in which a lot of women don't feel comfortable being in, when their sexual partner doesn't make them feel safe and secure, physically or emotionally. So to create an environment that allows your partner to know that they are safe, that you find them physically attractive, and that they can be completely vulnerable with you, try implementing the following things. When you look at them with love and gratitude. Highlight all of the things that you love about them and let that radiate through. When you touch your partner, touch them in a way that makes them feel and know that they are safe and loved. Don't let your touch be forced. You want to touch them, and you want them to feel it. Trust me, they'll know the difference. And don't be afraid to give random compliments for absolutely no reason at all, other than to make them feel loved and appreciated. Making negative comments, whether it's directly, indirectly, or as a joke, about your partner's personality, appearance, or performance in the bedroom, either privately or socially, is going to be a guaranteed way to ruin your sex life. If you need or want to bring something up, definitely do it, but communicate it in a safe and effective way. These are all simple things that you can start doing straight away, and will hopefully help improve your situation quicker than you might think. Communication, either verbal or non-verbal, is the key to all things relationships. What you say, how you say it, and how you hold yourself will play a big part in how you make someone else feel. But luckily, all of these things are within your control. You just need to be aware of it all. That's it for today's video. I hope that what you find in this video helps you to reflect on your behaviour and hopefully change your situation moving forward. Much love, everyone.